Another note on the time-restricted eating, intermittent fasting, going down these routes so you understand this stuff, so you know what's going on in the body, so you can use it to your advantage. When we know better, we do better. We know that. We talked about a hormone in the past, a hormone that has to do with metabolism and hunger called ghrelin. And we talked about being comfortable. We know when ghrelin's released. We talk about this with patients all the time. Ghrelin is a hormone that's released that almost triggers those hunger pains in the body, like it's time to eat, feed me, feed me, feed me. You start to get that little bit of what we call hunger feeling in the stomach, maybe a little growling in the intestinal area. That's ghrelin being released. That's a hormone in your body saying, hey, what's up? It's time for food. You gonna feed us? Please feed us. Please feed us. Maybe even a little uncomfortable at first, but one thing you should know, when you feel that hormone being kicked in and you feel that coming, if burning fat for fuel, if getting the metabolic flexibility to start to burn your own body fat and drop some weight for fuel, start to create that endogenous, meaning formed within, ketone bodies, ketosis in the body, if that is a goal, feeling that ghrelin release and that little bit of discomfort can be a good thing. As the body's saying, feed me, feed me, feed me, you give in, you don't give in and you don't feed the body, again, the body's going to say, hey, look, we got to go to plan B. They're not feeding us anything from the top down. We got to start looking around for some of the energy stores that we have in here. Oh, look, here's some around the abdomen. Oh, look, here's some around the backside. Oh, look, here's some there. Mobilize these fat stores. The fat in our body is so energy rich. And when you start to mobilize that and your body gets more accustomed to it, it needs to adapt and get smoother and upregulate the machinery in order to do that. As it starts to do that, your body becomes more acclimated to it and you're able to start dropping the weight more and burning that fat for fuel. And ghrelin should be a trigger to let you know, hey, we're about to get there. So instead of being like, oh, this is horrible, feeling that little bit of discomfort, be like, I know something good is about to happen. You need to get a little bit more comfortable with the discomfort as we know something good's about to happen. Something else about ghrelin that just adds another bonus to it. So if that wasn't enough, when you feel that ghrelin being released and you feel those hunger pangs and you feel that growling in the stomach, ghrelin, in addition to what we said is probably the precursor for burning the fat for fuel, it's anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory in its own right in the body. It's neuroprotective, meaning protective of our nervous system. You know that, semi-important thing, our brain, our spinal cord, our nerves. Neuroprotective, anti-inflammatory, and it means we're probably about to start burning some fat for fuel, getting into endogenous ketosis, which is also anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective. And we start to lose some of that weight and get more of a healthy body weight if that is the desire. So ghrelin, something that you should learn about and know when you feel that it's not all bad. It means you might be on the precipice of something good, something great, because what we've talked about is that body fat in the body on the body is not only just a static tissue there that makes our clothes not fit or moves the dial on the scale. In its own right, it's almost like its own organ. It's inflammatory in nature by itself. It releases its own cytokines. It starts to release the cytokines from other areas. It's more work, more weight for you to carry that body fat around. It's an endocrine disruptor, especially when it comes to estrogen. So it starts to throw off your hormonal balance in the body. It's also a storage part for toxins in your body. This is the cruel irony of it that I always talk about with patients. Adipose tissue, body fat, is a storage spot for a lot of the toxins that come into the body. Some of it does some local damage, some of them gets processed, the rest of it, a lot of it gets stored in our organs. And what we just talked about, body fat is its own organ in its own right. And our adipose tissue, so the more we have, the more of a toxic storage spot we have for that right there. And then the tricky thing about it is, once there's toxins in there, the body fat's there, it makes it more reluctant to even drop the weight. So we got to get to work on mobilizing that and burning it for fuel. Ghrelin, anti-inflammatory, neuroprotective, the precursor of I'm about to drift into that endogenous ketosis. I'm about to start burning that fat for fuel and get the body, the life, the health I desire. So get comfortable with the discomfort and get to know ghrelin and know it's your friend.